Of course, you'll have problems with it. It's a chopper. It's going to... Uh-oh, my brake's locked up. My brake. Damn. Happened to it. Maybe it'll cool down and loosen up. Oh shit, I got y'all facing me. Maybe it'll cool down and loosen up. Oh, my clutch just broke. Fuck. God damn, I can't fucking win today. But here's the good news, folks. I'm pretty sure I've got a spare clutch cable. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hippie's Chopper Corner. It's gonna get harder to film because it's winter time and the only heat I have is a torpedo heater. I've got a pretty cool surprise to reveal to y'all. I didn't film any of it. It was a really rough day, but we're fixing to talk about some of that. So, and once again, the shop is in total disarray. The main thing that got me yesterday was customer's bike. I come out here yesterday morning because I thought I was ready to take the fender and the tank off and get them to my painter when I realized I had screwed the fender up. I was actually in the process of building the exhaust for this bike. That fell to the wayside too. That had to come off, the oil tank had to come off, the back wheel, the fender had to come out. I just had so many problems. You know, I took one step forward and I wound up taking 3 steps backwards on this one. It kind of had me in a pretty foul mood yesterday, so I didn't film anything, but I got to get that back fender sorted out, get the bike put back together, assure that everything goes in and out properly. One of the things I had was one of my oil bag mounts sticks out too far and it won't allow the oil tank to come out. So I'm going to remove that, get the fender back on it and get it put back together. I looked down in the gas tank and realized the gas tank was rougher than I thought it was. I didn't really take a good look at it. I thought I did, but the gas tank was pretty bad. So I need to put some evapor rust in there and get that tank sorted out before I even start putting any paint on it. But my painter got my frame painted and he got my fender painted and he got my tank painted. So instead of working on this one, shazam, I put that one back together. Now that's not the seat that's gonna go on that bike. That's just the seat I have. I've still got to build a seat pan for that bike, but I'm gonna take y'all in and show y'all this paint. Now here's the coup de grace. Kept it simple on the back fender. We just sprayed the frame, did a little pinstriping on it to break the silver up. But this is what I worked on yesterday. I've still got to chrome the sissy bar. I've got to build a seat pan, get it upholstered. I've got to get a slingshot brake set up and a Wagner. And I'm having trouble getting the clutch adjusted. Hard to do it with one hand, but I'm trying to adjust out the slack in this cable for this foot clutch setup for this Evo, and I'm having trouble doing that. So I called Corey over there at Saddle Trap, picking his brain last night, and he was telling me that there's a jam nut, and it looks like my jam nut's in there, but for some reason I'm getting too much throw, and now I'm questioning, did I put my basket back together properly? But I mean, there's only one way to put it back together, so I don't think I screwed that up. I hope y'all like it. That's those James Cycle Supply bars right there, y'all. That's them Zeus bars. All right, so at least I cleaned the fab table up. And this lift right here, I didn't clean this lift up. So, completely collapsed the clutch cable. I'm gonna adjust my clutch here. See if I can adjust it out again. But I might be able to adjust it some right here, I don't know. I've got to figure that out. This is a new system to me. I've never used a foot clutch jockey shift on an Evo before, so it's this is new to me. So I'm gonna work on this for a little while. So what's happened is on my bracket right here that I bought for this, it comes with these little Allen nuts, Allen screws. And I stripped that one out because I have a cheap set of, but these are cheap. I need to buy quality. So now I can't get it out. I drove a Torx bit in it, still can't get it to spin. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to weld a nut on it.
Oh yeah.
See if I can get it off that way. Got it good and hot, so hopefully that loosened it up too. I think we got it, folks. Yeah, we got it.
Oh yeah.
Damn it, Bob. That right there had me so mad yesterday, I could not hardly stand it. Yep, I was pretty pissed. Now I gotta find another piece of hardware that'll fit in that. So I can keep moving today. But it took me completely out of my groove yesterday. Got out here early. I tried to get the tank and the fender over to my painter by 9 o'clock. Couldn't get it over there in time because of this. And so I just went and picked up the stuff from my bike. Worked on my bike until I ran into that issue with the clutch over there. And I still can't figure that out. I may not even be able to run a foot clutch on that bike because I can't seem to figure that system out. Or I got something going on, I don't know. I've got the clutch cable that came off that bike. I can put a hand clutch on it. I didn't really want to, but I suppose I can. So I gotta try to find a piece of hardware, guys. All right, got me some evaporust. Gonna get this tank cleaned up. But first I need to put the road glide up.
A few moments later.
She's been left under the carport ever since New Year's Day. Or when I came back from Georgia.
1 hour later.
I got the fender done. I need to knock off some weld splatter, but I don't know if it'll show up or not. It might. That tank's pretty bad. So I'm gonna try to get it cleaned up. If I can get it cleaned up, I'm gonna clean it up with some evaporust, rinse it out, spray it down with some WD-40. It looks like somebody's tried to seal it over the years. Fortunately, that sealer's not breaking off, but they left bad gas in it. But it can be saved. So we'll get it sealed up, and we'll get that and the gas tank dropped off to the painter tomorrow. And then I'll get back to finishing up this exhaust that I started building. If I failed to mention it earlier, if y'all like the paint on my Evo over there, that's Fuse's Bike Art on Facebook. That's the only social media he's got is Facebook. And if I hadn't mentioned my buddy Slick, over there at Slickhead Custom Cycles, he's on YouTube. You guys go check him out. He's got a mean stable. New videos coming out every Thursday. My buddy Ralph at It's My Time, Let's Go up in Canada. He's usually dropping a new video on Fridays, I think. I think Ralph's videos are dropping on Fridays. My new day is turned into Sunday. Hopefully I can get done filming by Wednesday, and I can give it to my brother Tuck. So shout out to my brother Tuck up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He's been putting these videos together for me. I was hoping to get some riding videos done, but they're calling for snow here starting tomorrow. This is what we call snow in Middle Tennessee. This is our snowmageddon. A little cold. I think that water maybe froze a little bit, yeah. And then below freezing all next week, snow again on Friday. So I really don't know what that looks like. So we're just in the shop. Like I said, on my customer's build, I went one step forward, two steps back. I was real tore up yesterday about that, but I got it back under control. I got the fender fixed, got it remounted, got the oil tank back in. I'm gonna show you all the exhaust here in a minute. Please don't make fun of me. I've never built an exhaust before. And it's a chopper. You know, there is no how-to guide on building a chopper. You just build what you can build, make it work, and as long as it don't look too ugly, you know, you rocking and rolling with it. But I also want to shout out my buddy James at James Cycle Supply. Those are his bitchin' ass bars on there. And I ain't hollered at my buddy Rich and Wrecked in a little while, so let's shout him out while we're at it. And special thanks to all you subscribers. I hate calling out subscribers' names because if I don't say your name, I feel like you might take it personal, and you don't. I've got 4 social medias going now. A lot of you guys are following me on TikTok. If you're not, go over and check me out on TikTok, Hippie's Chopper Corner. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Hippie's Chopper Corner. A lot of y'all are finding me on Facebook. That's cool. Everything on Facebook gets regurgitated off of Instagram. So when I put it on Instagram, it goes to Facebook. I don't have TikTok set up that way because some stuff I put on TikTok that I don't put on YouTube. Because I can only upload so many, and I hadn't figured out the algorithm on TikTok and Instagram yet. Got a lot coming up this year, making big plans for the Tennessee Motorcycle and Music Revival at Loretta Lynn's. So y'all come out and see me there. That's a big one there too. A lot of them guys from Texas will be there. I see Weems Motor Co. there sometimes. So, but we're gonna haul the camper down there, and I'm gonna ride a couple of choppers down there and spend 3 or 4 days down there doing that, I believe. Definitely gonna try to do Texas, Born Free Texas again. May do Fandango or Nitty Gritty Chopper City, I don't know. And I pray if things don't get in the way, I can do that Georgia Grundle run, because that's such an easy one for me to go do. Get down there and see my buddy Nicky Six Prater. Long Brothers Choppers, they put it on, go check them out. I've got a clutch lever ordered. I need to order some grips for this bike. I don't have grips. The intake I was going to use is not going to work. I traded a buddy a CV intake for a S&S intake. The S&S intake will not work. He's got an 86. I've got a 98. Apparently they changed the exhaust ports when they went to the head breathers. So apparently they changed that. I got to get a push button start for right here, like what's on that bike over there. Oops, I showed you the exhaust a little soon. But we're just trying to keep moving forward on this one and that one over there as we go. That's what we got going right now. Hopefully we get to put the generator motor in that one soon, but I don't know when. So here's the exhaust I'm trying to build, guys. I wanted to do a shotgun style exhaust. I've seen it done before. And these are just tacked with a MIG. We'll knock that down flush, and then we'll TIG all that up, and this will all get chromed. I've got the front pipe done. I've already figured out how I'm gonna mount it. I'll weld this right here like this, and then I'll have a stay come down off of that. And then of course your basic exhaust hardware for that. The tricky part's gonna be this rear pipe. I don't have the flange on it, but that'll set up in there, and then I've got to come down with just figuring out where to cut parts and pieces at. Man, I didn't get to make a clean turn there. It's kind of a bastard angle, but shit, it was the best I could do. So she's coming together. I'm pretty happy with this one, to be honest with you guys. I hope it turns out really nice. It's gonna have a bitchin' paint job on it. I don't know, when I get started with one, I get in a hurry to get them finished. This one's going along pretty good. You guys will remember this one sat on the lift after I hardtailed it for months without doing anything to it. And now all I gotta do is finish it, you know. I've still gotta get the sissy bar chrome. I've gotta get a seat pan made for it and get it upholstered. I need a jack shaft for the starter. I need an intake and a carburetor. And I think that's it.
Nope.
I need an electronic ignition. Okay, apparently I got a little bit more work to do on this tank. I just got back from my painters. And as I got over there and I inspected the tank a little closer, I realized I didn't quite have it good enough. Some of the tank liner that was in it just came off. Man, I can see good solid tank back there, especially around that petcock opening and back behind it. But as you can see, I still got some work to do. So I think what I'm gonna do is got some more Evaporust. I'm gonna put these zinc coated bolts down in it and do it again. And then I got a good tank sealer. I'm gonna seal the tank up, and then I'm gonna take it to my painter, because I just can't afford to have him paint it right now and then me do a little more work to it and risk messing up the paint, because this is a customer's bike. I get that tank soaking. I'm gonna get back to work on this exhaust. Y'all can see where I'm at for now, but the hardest part's still to come, like getting this one to come down and connect to this one. Is gonna be a booger. And I can't get down in them oil lines. So I'm probably gonna get rid of these braided oil lines and go to a black hose. I don't like that braided look. I think it's ugly. So that's where we're at with that. One thing I can try with this clutch cable is I think I can drill a hole right here and move this mount out about 1 inch and see then if I can adjust that slack out of it, and if that helps. And if that don't help, I'm putting the stock clutch cable back on it, and it's gonna be a hand clutch bike. So really wanted the jockey shift on this one, but we'll see how that turns out. Okay, I have got it full, as full as I can get it with that 1 gallon of Evaporust, as y'all can see. I just want to get the broken up parts of that sealer out of it. So we'll let it set, and every few minutes I'll come over here and I'll agitate it around. Maybe tonight, or I might let it set till tomorrow when I get home and shake it up one more time, and then I'll rinse it out. I'll get everything out of it. I got a magnet to pull the bolts out of it if I can't get them out, and then I will rinse it out with water, and then I'll spray it down real good with WD-40. Might I'll leave that cap vented, I don't know. We'll leave it like that. No, because then I'll forget. Just to be too much, it'll push that piece of wood out. I jammed that piece of wood in there because I forgot. I've got a Pingle petcock right there. Oh, here's that old set of tanks, if y'all can see. they had, after I put Rust-Oleum and nuts and bolts in it, the metal was just so thin that it ate through the tank. And I knew these tanks weren't safe, and like there's a spot right there bleeding through. It sucks too, man, because that's original paint from a 92. Actually, this bike right here, those are the tanks that came off this bike, and there's the fenders and all the takeoff parts. That damn stupid ass snow plow that was on the front, or hidden stash, and it had all these damn covers on everything. And I'm not gonna use that front brake setup, but that's a good Springer setup. RevTech, good setup. About all I'm keeping is the air filter. Did I lose a piece off that? No, I didn't. The starter shaft, not much more. Here's all the takeoff. These went over the swing arm. Those go over the swing arm. These go over the axle plates. The original brake setup. The shocks. I got a guy that'll generally, he'll buy all this stuff from me. I don't know how much I'll get for it. If I get $100, I'll be happy.
What?
Get it out of here. I don't keep shit like that. Things like this clutch basket right here, I keep those. That is a great clutch hub right there. Brand new Andrew springs in it. It'll go, but that's going to go with this drivetrain and this build right here. Whenever I get around to that, let's finish one at a time first. Or maybe we should say two at a time. All right, we're making a little progress. I don't think I've got to the hardest part yet. The only thing I don't like about this exhaust I'm making, I love the design I've come up with. I wished I was better at this. I can't make the curves that I need. I need a bunch of little pie. You can buy a set of pie cut pieces. And I'm having to do these bastard angles, and I don't get it flow. So I get them done. I may decide just to take the entire exhaust to an exhaust fabricator and be like, replicate these pipes, but get rid of those bastard angles and just have them rebuild me a set. I don't know. It's cool to do something you've never done before, but it's also can be frustrating. I hope I didn't just waste a couple $100. Y'all up to speed. I'm getting this tank cleaned out best I can. The old liner, yeah, I got all the rust out of it. It looks pretty good, but the liner that's in it's falling apart. So I'm going back through for another round. Try to finish cleaning it out where I can then get that tank sealed up and get that over to the painter. I want to get my seat pan drilled out. I got to drill it out from a welder. That's my pattern right there that I use. That's what I'll make the bottom of the seat pan out of right there. I've got another stock pan ordered, and y'all know I just cut them off right here and I put a new bottom on it. Then I weld this on it for this part of the backbone. As you can see, it sticks up a little bit, so I cut that little piece out because this seat is going to be identical to that seat. These two seat pans are going to be the same. I've got the sissy bar set up where they'll mount the same. All I got to do on this one is weld me a license plate bracket on here, clean some of these welds up a little bit, and then I'm ready to take the 2 sissy bars at least to the chromer. I'm hoping that seat pan comes in the next few days. And at best, I'm going to drop that seat pan off to the upholsterer, and I'm going to get the 2 sissy bars dropped off. I'm going down to see my guy Thursday to get me an S&S intake. I don't know if I showed y'all in my last one, but I traded my buddy. He's got an Evo. What he's got is a 1200 Sportster. I have a 98 Evo, which this 98 should be a 1340, right guys? If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, he's got a 1200 Sporty. I've got a 1340. Well, the intake ports are different size. This will not fit inside my intake ports. So this one, I got it backwards. This one will not work. So sadly, I've got to find me one, and I'm not gonna run a CV carb on this one. I'm gonna run an S&S, but my buddy down at S&G Cycles, Sam Goodman, thinks he's got, he knows he's got a Super E, so I'm gonna pick it up, get me a rebuild kit. He thinks he's got an intake for it. He does have new Dyna S ignitions that I need for both bikes, and throttle cables for both bikes. I think I'll be done with parts then. It'll just be a matter of putting them together. I don't know if I showed y'all in the last video or not. I got this exhaust done. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. I've still got to get my mounting done. I'll weld, I think I showed you, I got 2 of these, but I'll weld one probably here, and I'll weld one here, and then an attaching point right here to carry both of these pipes. I got to get this knocked down and then take it into the shop, TIG weld it, and then I'll get it chromed. So I'm hoping to finish all of that up this week, get stuff dropped off to the chromer, and get all that done is my goal. But before I forget, and if I hadn't done it enough already, I can't speak enough about Slick up at Slickhead Custom Cycles. You guys go check him out. He is my brother from another mother. We've got some big stuff planned for you guys this year. I hope it all comes to fruition. So if y'all liked our hippie slick rally from last year when he and I met up in North Carolina, spent a week together, you're gonna love what we got planned for this year. Not to mention my old buddy Ralph up at It's My Time, Let's Go. He has become a friend as well. He is a wealth of knowledge. And go check him out. Ralph, It's My Time, Let's Go, and Slick at Slickhead Custom Cycles. Find them both on YouTube. But you guys are my diehard subscribers, and I appreciate y'all to the fullest. So that being said, I don't talk about it near enough. I should. A lot of y'all that's followed me for a while, you guys know a lot of my history. But I'm trying to get set up where I'm gonna have somebody interview me. I did it early on. The video didn't do too well. The channel was still new. But I'm gonna have somebody maybe interview me here and answer some questions for you guys. So get down in the comment box and leave me some comments on like things you want to know about hippie. You know, my history. Where did I start? How did I get into this? How long have I been into choppers? How long have I been riding? How long have I been sober? So that's what I'm wanting to get to, because you guys all know I'm in recovery. And recovery drives everything for me. Before the motorcycles, before the family, before the job, before everything, comes a relationship with the God of my understanding. Now, I ain't trying to run everybody off because I am not preaching to you. But for me, it starts with the God of my understanding. That's why recovery works for me. I get to choose my own conception of God. Because being here in the South, I grew up what we like to refer to as that get you God. You know, my grandmother, bless her heart, she was a diehard Bible thumping Church of Christ Southern woman, you know, and I'd be doing wrong, and she'd be like, boy, you better quit that, boy, God gonna get you, God gonna get you. You know, so I grew up with that get you God, you know, thinking, you know, if I do this, I do that, God's gonna burn me in hell. Well, man, I couldn't get down with the concept of God like that. You know, I just couldn't subscribe to a God that said he loved me, but was gonna burn me in hell, you know. So my God is a loving, caring, understanding God that wants me to thrive and do well and help other people. And karma, you know, just give back, treat people the way you want to be treated. So if you're out there and you're struggling with alcoholism or drug addiction, I promise you there's a better way of life. You can Google the AA hotline, the NA hotline. There's people there to help you. You might not think it'll work. That's okay. I didn't think it would work either, and they told me just to do it anyway. Go in there and do what them people told me to do, whether I believed it or not. Pray whether I believed it or not. And eventually it would take form and take shape. You know, because I've been that homeless guy living under the proverbial bridge, but it wasn't proverbial. I really lived under a bridge. I really slept in a cardboard box. I've really been to prison 3 or 4 different times. I'm that stone cold, bottom of the barrel junkie / alcoholic. You know, go to the bar on Friday night with your buddies at 11 o'clock, or even Monday night, you know, at 10:30, 11 o'clock, they're all going home, go to work next day. Not me. At 2:30 in the morning, I'm sitting there knocking down the drinks and sitting there thinking about how do I get to the crack house, you know. That's where my mind goes. And then, you know, a week later, I find myself stuck in a hotel room with a midget, a parakeet, a goat, and a hooker, you know, this strange ass situation. Like, hell, how did I find myself here? So if you're out there battling with any of those addictions, man, help is out there. Go find it. If it could save an old junkie like me, it could save you too. But anyway, I've rambled enough. Hope I don't sound like I preached. I probably lost a lot of you guys. A lot of y'all probably clicked off because you didn't want to hear it. Because this channel ain't about recovery. It's about motorcycles. It's about choppers, but hippie's about recovery. So anyway, I'm going to sign off where I can get this footage to my editor. Shout out Tuck, my buddy Tuck, Friar Tuck up in Indiana, for putting out these bomb-ass videos, making me look good. And shout out to my boy Slick, man. I miss you, brother, and I hope to see you soon. All right. Hippie's Chopper Corner, everybody. Home of the sketchy chopper. We keep them sketchy all the time.